is going on, Instagram family and friends? I hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning, wherever you happen to be. I apologize for the slight delay in the release of my second free agent update. There were some unforeseen circumstances that were not taken into account before I released this video that caused said delay. So I do apologize for that before I begin this really exciting and positive update that I am very glad to share with you all. So yeah, and since this update is celebratory in nature, I do happen to have this nice little arrangement going on, and so I've been standing a lot for a while too. By standing, I mean doing a lot of different activities. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna take a seat here while I present this very informative and more importantly, maybe not more importantly, but equally importantly, entertaining update for you all. So one moment here. And by the way, is this not the coolest cane that you ever did see? It's loaded with some fire sticks, aka some matches around it, and a nice little wick as well. It's part of what I do in celebration of big achievements. So I like to enjoy me a nice bowl of tobacco whenever the occasion arises, an important occasion, a reason to, that is. Alrighty, so let us sit down and let's talk about what's going on. So like I mentioned in my previous update, I will be moving to Chicago here shortly in October, and it is I still will be consulting for Blue Raven, obviously, which is going to be great. But this update will be more so focused on the possibilities that opens up for me, because that is why it is such an exciting transition. Now, like I mentioned also in my first free agent update, I made this kind of funny statement. You guys are probably wondering, why is this weirdo making yet another video on his Instagram page? Doesn't he have enough already? And yeah, I would probably agree with that statement. My Instagram page is almost I almost treat it like my YouTube channel, like what my YouTube channel should be. And I haven't touched my YouTube channel in a while, and that is actually one of the possibilities that will reopen up for me once I move back to Chicago, because I will have a lot more time and freedom open up for me as a result. I'll get into why that is exactly in just a moment. But first, now you were wondering in the first update, why is this weirdo making another video? Now you're probably wondering about something quite different, and I think that's quite obvious what that is. It's the elephant in the room here. Has to do with my appearance, right? So before I decide to release this update, make this next free agent update for you all, I had given you guys a heads up with the photo post, and obviously got to get a little sneak peek into this pretty slick outfit, if I do say so myself, that I came up with. This is just a rough draft. You know, I think it'll get better as time goes on if Classically Vibrant actually becomes a legitimate enterprise. So, but yeah. The reason I appear to you like this in today's update is because of the caption below. So This is not only a free agent update, this is a free agent update slash PIMP update, as in the acronym PIMP. So yes, I am a bona fide PIMP pimp. And what does that exactly mean, you ask? Well, let me tell you what it stands for. So, pimp. Well, let's first start with the classical version of what a pimp means, because it is relevant to what my version of a pimp is. Pretty relevant. So let's start out with that. So, classical pimp, like you see in the movies. Well, not like you see in the movies. Actually, movies sometimes don't depict a pimp as they are known in real life. Pimps in real life are not very easy to come across. They're actually a very rare type of individual, and that is why they own, or they have, the title of pimp. And so a pimp essentially is a person who does not force anyone to work for him in any sort of fashion, right? And before I continue describing the classical definition of a pimp, I want to just let you know that once more I want to reiterate that my version of a pimp is just an acronym that I'm about to reveal to you. I would never verbally admit to any sort of felony level activity, either in real life or on the internet, especially on the internet. But carrying on, pimp never forces anyone to work for him or her. They're just such an outstanding individual that whenever they interact with certain potential employees, they're more so chosen, they're more so wanted to be worked for, and sometimes, a lot of times, most of the times, the employees of said pimp are so impressed, they admire and adore this individual so much, to the point that they will not only participate in the line of work that this pimp gives them and the lifestyle that he provides for them, but they will do everything and anything else outside of that as well. So, with that being said, and with that out of the way, I just want to clarify what a true definition of a pimp is, because I think there's still a large misconception out there. I think the word pimp still has that connotation of like a human sex trafficker or something like that, which there are people like that, and those are people who are actual sex traffickers, and they know it, or they might think they're a pimp, but in reality they're actually forcing people into very unwanted scenarios and situations, to put it lightly. And so, I just wanted to briefly clarify that. And so my version of PIMP, the acronym, it stands for a personally inspiring master protagonist. That is who I am. I am a personally inspiring master protagonist, and I'll break that down for you here right now. So, everyone knows, I'm sure you all are well aware of what a protagonist is. A protagonist is a the main character, right? Whether that be a movie, an anime, a comic, what have you, or in your case, in my case, in real life, right? You might be a protagonist yourself in your life. So, and so protagonist is simply the lead. He or she is the lead person, top person in any area, whether that be a line of work or a certain activity, recreational or non, whether that be a certain skill, whether that be basically everything and anything, different sorts of scenarios. Protagonist is the main focal point of all of those things, right? And they are the best at those things, or are on their way to be the best at those things, of all those aspects of life, right? Actually, no, I went a little too far. So a protagonist would be of just one of those. It was just one of those aspects of life. A master protagonist is a protagonist across all aspects of life, if you catch my drift. So maybe a better way of describing it, or an analogy, if I could give you one, would be everyone's heard of the phrase "jack of all trades, master of none." Well, a personally inspiring master protagonist would be a jack of all trades and master of them all. Okay, and so as far as personally inspiring is concerned, that's semi-self-explanatory, just by being a master protagonist, right? Just by setting that example. If I either am or aspire to be, or I am on the way to mastering every single part of myself and my outside world, then I am obviously an inspiring individual, both to myself and to others, right? So I'm inspiring myself personally, and I'm also inspiring you personally by being a master protagonist. So that is that would be my true identity in a nutshell. I just revealed my true identity to you. That's why I wanted to present this update in that sort of fashion, because I want to become as raw as possible, right? And now, before I continue into the meat of the update, I would like to first partake in a little celebratory bowl. So here I actually have, right here, this is from Kyle, Animated Glass. You should definitely visit his Instagram. He has some excellent craftsmanship on there, excellent glass pieces to browse and hopefully buy as well. I highly recommend you visit him. This is just a free promotion I'm throwing out there. Kyle's a really good friend of mine, so but this tool is pretty useful. You can use it. It's mainly a wax tool, but you can use it for other things as well. For me, I'm going to be using it to scoop some of this fine tobacco into this. What is this? Ancienne tobacco pipes. Ancienne is just French for ancient. That's what it has inscribed, at least on the side of the pipe. So one moment while I do that, and it's gonna be pretty cool how I do it. So it's gonna be a little bit of a magic trick. Just you watch. I'm gonna be silent here for a second. I talk a lot. and loaded. We can wipe it down a little bit with Kyle's tool. Alrighty. And then we can use our little fired Christian candy cane stick here to indulge. So please pay close attention to this little magic trick. It's not really a magic trick, but it's pretty cool. Just to watch. Alright. So we'll grab the warming matches. Alrighty. This position. So got my wick here. Got my foot here. Well, that was done. One moment, we're having some technical difficulties. Maybe I'll grab another one from the fire stick. I think I know the issue. One moment here. We got a bit of some air circulation going on. Here, I got a little more. One moment, bear with me. Alrighty. Now, take number 3. Alrighty. Got our wick nice and lit. Now we just gotta now the wick is nice and lit. You can start to partake in our bowl. Well, hope that was kind of entertaining. I'm not gonna continue. One second. But alright. Oh. Alright, so back to the rest of the update. Well, yeah. So now that I'm getting to move back to Chicago, I'll have the luxury for the initial couple of months to get to stay with my mom and stepdad. At least for maybe 2 or 3 months. That's what I would love to do because they are my favorite people, and it'll just be great to be around them since I haven't been around them for quite some time now. But besides that, the possibility now is that I'll have all this extra time and freedom with all the extra responsibility that comes with just being, living alone in a modern life, and you know how all that goes. Besides going to work, you got everything else you gotta take care of your housing, your car, yourself, obviously yourself, but you gotta go shopping, get food, do all these other sorts of things that take up quite some time, and even with a very structured and regimented daily routine or daily regime, it's still a pretty big tax on the amount of time you have for any other sort of passion or hobby that you might be wanting to pursue, right? So during those 2 to 3 months, I will be revamping my YouTube channel, and I won't be posting any more long videos on my Instagram page. This will be my longest one, most likely. Everything here on from forward, if I ever do post a video on Instagram, if I make another update, for example, it's going to be no longer than 90 seconds. And yeah, and what's it called? It will not be longer than 90 seconds, and yeah, so it'll give me the opportunity to really focus more on those sorts of things, namely classically vibrant and also my fitness pursuits, while working there in Chicago. And yeah, otherwise, I hope this video was informative and entertaining at the same time. I know I try to be entertaining in all my videos. I try not to be a clown or anything like that, but I try to make them at least fun to watch. It would be boring otherwise if I was just all monotone and whatnot. I mean, it's the same when I'm talking to an individual on the doors. No one's gonna want to listen to someone unless they have some personality to them, right? But yeah, otherwise this concludes this update, and I definitely will be seeing a lot of you guys who are my followers are also my friends in real life. So and a lot of you do live in the Chicagoland area, so I will be visiting you all shortly as well.